Sorry.
Good.
Karma clap.
And welcome back to Gorgeous Pandemonium. I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Charyssa. We're so excited to have you join us for another episode where we dive into the big things, the little things, and all the gorgeous chaos in between.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's get into it.
This is
Episode
episode 17.
17.
Woo-hoo.
We were so in sync there. That was
We
beautiful.
were. I'm very proud of us.
Yeah, me too. 17. Such a beautiful number.
Such a beautiful number. It's my favorite number.
Yeah. I think of you every time I see it.
Do you? You should.
I
It's
do.
a solid number.
It is a solid number.
So we have topics this week. Okay, before we start, something I meant to tell you earlier when we were talking. But here it is on the pod instead. And maybe other people can relate to what I hear. So every time you bring up what you do for a living and you say you're a people leader, you say it so smooth. To me, it sounds like people eater.
I'm a purple people eater.
That's what I'm saying. So every time you say it and I'm like going through and I'm like editing, I'm just like cracking up. I'm like, people eater.
A flying purple people eater.
Oh,
Have you ever heard that song? I had
one
never
eye, one
heard.
horn, flying
Yeah,
purple people eater.
I had never heard that until it came up as a suggested because we made like a funny playlist on Spotify for the kids, and it came up as a suggested one, and I was like,
I'm pretty sure there was like a little show about it too.
I mean,
Maybe it was just like a
makes
clip within
sense.
a show within a show,
Maybe.
or maybe
It's
it's
funny though,
just
the
my
random little things. I like short shorts.
flying
And then at
purple
the end,
people eater. Sure.
tequila.
Yeah.
The
Just
kids think it's the
interesting stuff.
funniest thing.
It's so funny, but it's okay. Do you know what is crazy to me?
What?
Some people don't see in their mind. Like they don't
Yeah.
see images.
Yeah. That's insane.
Like some people only think in words,
They all
and
some people also don't hear when
they
they
don't have the
think.
inner monologue, which
I
doesn't
can't even
I
imagine.
yeah. That must be
That's
so
wild.
quiet. I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I'm gonna tie this little tangent into my topic. And I don't know why I try and segue like I know how to segue
Yeah.
politely or like smooth. I don't.
Lightly. Well, that's the thing is that we don't have to do that. So that's the
I
beauty
know.
of
That's the beauty of this podcast. So we're gonna sorry, do you feel complete with that little tangent?
I do feel complete,
Okay.
yes.
Didn't know if that was one I should ask. Oh well. Okay, so I made a TikTok recently because the fog has started to lift, which is a beautiful thing for my
Yes.
brain and my soul. And I recognize that like my space is not what it should be for me to thrive in a healthy manner and in a positive way. It was very like cluttered and messy, and I didn't clean up
Mhm.
after myself like I should. And so it was very hard to get out of the funk when I was living in a funk. So
Mhm.
um, I found it in me to start cleaning. So I cleaned my kitchen and like I like cleaned it. Like I cleaned up. I vacuumed because I don't sweep. I just vacuum, which is really nice.
It's so much better, honestly.
It really is. It's magic, if you ask
Mhm.
me. And I got that done. And while I was doing that, I was actually thinking about, okay, well, what's the next thing I want to tackle? Because I would like to reorganize and stuff like that and let go of more stuff because
Yeah.
it's getting to that time of year again where it's like, okay, I have this beautiful new space. This is my home. I'm making it my own. It's not perfect yet. Like it's not all the way set up. But like I've already noticed there are a few things I'm like, do I want to keep this? Do I not want to keep this? What do I want to do with this here? As I'm going through in my head, trying to figure out like what I'm wanting to do, I was like, okay, well, I'm terrible at letting things go because everything has a sentimental value to me. Like,
Mhm.
true.
Mhm.
So we talk about this all the time. I'm like crazy sentimental. Like, I still have all of the feathers that we collected on our camping trip.
Youngest has been collecting them ever since we came back from that trip. And I'm like, this is some very Gabrielle energy.
You're welcome. Your daughter's a witch.
She totally is.
We've talked about that though, and she totally
We
is.
have, yeah. I know sometimes when my oldest teases her, I'm like, "Dude, you don't know." Because there's been
Once they
times she'll look at them and she's like and I'm like, "One of these days, you're gonna be real sad that
Mhm.
you messed with her." 'Cause yeah, but sorry, anyway.
No, you're good.
But, I mean, didn't you gather those feathers to, like, do something with them, though? Like, weren't you gonna create something with them?
Well, yeah, but it's also been like a month and I still haven't done anything with them. They're in a jar with 2 dead dragonflies that I found out.
Oh, I had a dead katydid, the, like, leaf bugs,
Mhm.
out on my porch, and I was going to grab it and keep it, and the next time I went out to do that, it was gone. And I was like, "That sucks."
Yeah. But yeah, so I have, like, a whole bunch of clothes and stuff that I was like, "I'm gonna wear them all this summer." All of the things that I got off of, like, all my jumpers and stuff, and I was like, "I'm gonna wear them all summer long." I can't wear half of the things I bought because I work in person in a
Mhm,
professional setting. I
mhm.
can't be walking into work with my booty hanging out and my tits on full display, unfortunately. Like, dang it.
That is unfortunate.
Damn the man.
Mhm,
But so, like, I have a whole bunch of clothes that they still have their tags on them for crying out loud. And I'm just like, it's almost September, and I haven't worn half of these, and I'm devastated. But at the same time, I'm like, what am I gonna do? What else can I do? Also, it
yeah,
doesn't help that I've gained weight and I'm afraid to put them on and try them on. We're fine. We'll get through it one way or
it's fair.
another. But yeah, so I was thinking about like, okay, I want to keep them, but I don't necessarily need them. And like we talked about a couple weeks ago, it's probably even more than a couple of weeks at this point. But a while ago, I had talked about how, like, I'm trying to reinvent my style and I'm trying to, like, align myself with a lifestyle not only that I want and that I'm going to have, that I am curating for myself, but I want to look the part in my own eyes.
Mhm,
I'm like, half of these clothes are very much the old me. The majority of my closet is still the old me. And by the old me, I mean the me that I'm growing out of.
mhm,
Because I'm in that in between where I'm not quite there, but I'm not there anymore.
mhm.
So it's like, no, sorry. That was the longest introduction to get to the point of what my topic is.
It's fine, keeping us on our toes.
There we go. So it reminded me of an exercise. I know it's called like the rule is in the name or whatever, but to me, it's like an exercise that I do when I'm going through things. It's called the poop rule, also known as the vom rule, short for vomit. So pretty much what this is that as you're going through things, you look at it. And if you're not sure if you want to keep it or not, like, should I? But if there is any hesitation in whether or not you should keep it, you just ask yourself, like, is there, like, if there was some type of bodily nasty on it, would you clean it and keep it and reuse it? Or would you let it go? If it's like something that you can like replace later on. And even if it's not something you can replace later on, if it has
Mhm,
bodily excrements on it or
mhm.
whatever from human, animal, insect, whatever, would you
Rodent.
keep it? Rodent. Would you keep it or would you toss it? And that got me so excited. I'm pretty sure I'm going to tackle my closet next.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
Nice.
then eventually, when I get to the podcast room, when I finally get to the podcast room, I think that's going to be a really big help because there's a lot in there. And like, granted, there's quite a bit in there that is like all of the camping stuff that I have. I have it all here. And I'm like,
Just
okay,
storage, yeah.
just storage stuff because I used to have a storage unit in my old apartment and now I don't, which
Mhm.
is fine. I'm probably going to get one because
I feel like
I would,
apartments should all at least have, like, a storage closet, though. Most of the ones that
right?
I lived at had, like, on the deck or balcony or whatever,
Hmm.
there was, like, a storage closet because everyone had like, even, like, your holiday decorations or,
Yeah.
like you said, your camping stuff, like, everyone has
Hmm.
that.
Right. This is actually the first apartment I've ever lived in or even toured that didn't have some form of an actual storage closet
Yeah.
like that's meant to be a storage closet.
Mhm.
Because, like, I mean, this actually, I have my pantry, which is an obvious pantry, and I have my coat closet. Aside from that, I don't have closets aside from in the bedrooms.
Mhm.
There's like no storage aside from
Yeah,
the
that's
closets in the
wild.
bedroom. I didn't even recognize. Dang. But that's okay because I don't like it's not that big of a deal to me because I get everything else that I've wanted here. So I'm like, have you seen my bathtub?
Ah,
I'm happy.
yes. I'm happy for
But
you with
like,
that bathtub.
uh, so like, I want to. I know I need to do that. Like, I need to like move a lot of that stuff into the storage. But I don't want to do what I did last time, which is say, "Oh, this is definitely going into storage. Oh, I'm gonna look through it later." There's stuff that I brought here that I said I was going to look through. I haven't looked through half of it. I
Yeah,
honestly have closed that door and I don't go in there right now because I'm just
I
trying
get
to get
that.
everything else
Yeah.
taken care of. But like I know that with like the poop roll or the nasty roll, we'll call it the nope, we're not gonna call it that.
The cleaning roll, would you
Yeah,
clean
but
it? If it
would you clean it?
how much does
Shit.
it mean to you? Because it's also,
Right.
like, how easy would it be to clean? Because I had boxes of stuff years and years ago with my previous in-laws in their garage. I don't even remember what it was at this point, but we literally had so many boxes of stuff in their garage, and they had a rodent problem, and when they figured it out, we had to go through all the boxes in there, and, like, over half our stuff, if not, like, three-fourths of our stuff, it was, like, so many of our boxes were just covered in rodent feces and urine, and I was like, yeah, like, having that question of, like, "Do I wanna go through the effort of even trying to figure out how to clean this?" Because like, a book, I'm like, "How do you wash a book?" Like, there's pee on the pages, you can't get pages wet, you can't, like so we ended up throwing away most of it, yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, it sucked really
In
bad.
situations like that sucks.
Yeah,
But like
it was not fun.
no. But look at you just letting stuff go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had that happen here too, because we have so much construction around us. There's, like, a lot of people you have to be very mindful of mice. Like, you have to have traps and spray and stuff like that because we had an issue in our current garage and same thing we had to go through. And again, it was a lot of books. I don't know why they like books, but I had to throw away so many books, which makes my heart really sad. It's a good rule though. That's a really
Yeah.
like it really and it is so hard, especially if you feel like something has sentimental value. It is that much harder to like get rid of it,
Mhm.
but also like I feel like you have this a little bit, but it's a lot easier when it's not your stuff because you were very much challenging me when you were helping me clean
Mhm.
my garage. I'm like, but what if though? Because like, I could use that in"
Mhm.
like, I'm very crafty. I'm like, "That random piece of wood, do you know what I could do with that craft-wise?" And you're like, "Yeah, I don't. Tell me. Tell me what you could do with it and when you're gonna do it." And I'm like, "Well, I could come up with something."
Yeah. But it's like there are certain things that I will not let go of. Like
Yeah.
and I will find anything and call it a sign on why I should keep it. Like books. I will do anything to 2 huge boxes of books that I was like, I'll just rebuild my collection.
Uh-huh.
But we forgot to grab the books when we went to the
Oh, yeah, that's
wherever we
right.
went, and I was like, "I think that's a
When we
sign that I'm not
donated
supposed to,"
stuff, yeah.
because half of those books are not in print anymore. So
Mhm.
I'm like,
When books are like that adds up, like, you've got a lot of worth in
"Oh,
those 2
I
boxes.
probably have, like, well over $1,000 worth of books,
Easy, yeah,
easy."
yeah,
And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, "Actually, I have well over that because 'cause I've been collecting these books since high school." Like,
yeah.
okay, but yeah, so, like, with that, I just feel like it's that time of year again.
What?
But yeah.
Anyway, it is that time of year.
It is, and I just feel like
Spring,
it
not spring,
it's it's
fall cleaning,
autumn
autumn
cleaning.
cleaning,
Autumnal cleaning.
autumn.
That was cute.
Thanks.
But yeah, like, I just worry sometimes because now I'm about to talk myself out of cleaning, right? I just worry that I'm going to, like, get really good at letting things go, that I have nothing. Because I do that sometimes, especially when I'm emotional and I'm cleaning, I will get rid of everything. I don't want any of it. I never want any of it again. A week or 2 later, I'm like, "Oh, I needed that."
That's hard.
I
I
do it
feel like
all
you
the time.
definitely have to find a balance with
Mhm.
that. I know someone who moved states, moved to one of the states that's in the middle of an ocean, right? And had to get rid of a lot of stuff, basically everything, all of their stuff. And that has caused some issues now that they're back here, that they just wanna hold on to everything to feel like they have stuff that's theirs because they had to get rid of so many things.
Freaks me out.
Yeah. That'd be so crazy, yeah, to just get rid of everything you own and get up and move.
No, thank you.
Sometimes I'm like, I would love to just buy a new house and move and leave everything here and start over, figure it out.
For real.
Too
And
much.
uh, I feel like my topic was just really short today.
I definitely
Maybe it
thought it was
wasn't.
gonna be longer,
Yeah,
but
my bad.
but I think that's a really great role though. It's a really great thing.
Mhm,
Something that I've heard too with clothes is like when it hits, I mean, I guess whenever you're doing it, right? You could do it right now. Turn all of your hangers.
mhm.
You could. Belly.
Can you hear her?
No.
She's
Turn all of your hangers backwards.
mhm,
So they're like, instead of just being right on your, they're like backwards on it, you know? And then as you wear the clothes, you turn the hanger back the normal way. So then when you go back to do your cleaning again that same time next year, you can see, oh, I didn't actually wear these things. The hanger is still backwards.
mhm.
I forget to do that every year, but I did it
That's okay.
like once or twice, I think. But
But then you,
yeah.
like, look at the ones that you don't wear and you're like, "Well, that's because I didn't have somewhere to wear it to."
Mhm.
But as soon as
I
I give
should
it
wear it.
away,
I'm
I
gonna
know
wear it. Yes. As soon as you get rid of it, you have an event
with everything. It's not just, like, clothes. It's
without fail.
freaking everything.
Well, it's even like when you're playing Cards Against Humanity and you put down a card and you're like, "This is alright," and then you pick up the other card and you're like, "This is hilarious, and this would have been the best fit, but
Mhm,
now I can't put it there."
mhm.
Life is interesting in the way it works,
Yeah,
but it works out, and
it
it's
does.
that's that's the thing is that we can't, like, that's one of my things is I'm like, "Oh," like, there are certain things that I'm like, "Oh, I'll just hold on to this," because it is, like, for me, I'm not a person who likes to get dressy super often, like, I don't like, I ended up getting rid of them because of this, but I had, like, some, like, pencil skirts that I really loved. I don't like wearing them all the time, but I definitely loved, like, when I got the opportunity to wear them and, like, more, like, dressy business shirts, but I just especially being work from home now, but, like, even in office, like, it was still, like, more casual, like, we didn't have to dress up like that, and so I kept them for so many years, and then finally was like, I can't anymore, and then, of course, I had an opportunity that I needed some business clothes, so I had to go buy some, but, I mean, I got some other really cute ones, and I just, like, that's that's the way the cookie crumbles. Jim Carrey, when he has the
I'm with
comb.
you.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I like it. I like it. That's what I imagined when you commented that on my TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's like Bruce Almighty, and he's, like, talking to himself in a mirror, and he's like,
That's
Anyway,
hilarious. Oh my gosh. I love that.
but and it's also, like, I you and I have talked about the fact that, like, you and my husband are more sentimental than I am. Like, I am
Mhm,
sentimental. I hold on to stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, I have this hope chest in my home that has a bunch of stuff from, like, when I was younger and even just growing up, like, even it has stuff from, like, my kids when they were younger too.
mhm.
But I'm like, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just pet Rin and got hair all over and as I got it in my mouth. Um, yeah. I'm like, it's fun to open this up and look at that stuff every once in a while, but, like, that's literally what it's here for, is just to,
Mhm.
like, look at it.
Reminisce.
Yeah, and I'm like, I love that, but I have a hard time with it too because there's also, like I've gone through it and cleaned it out a couple of times because like, I'm like, "There's things in here that I'm like, why did I keep this? I don't even" like, I literally have a box within my hope chest full of notes from my friends and I in high school, and I'm like, "Those are fun to go through and read." There's no way in hell I'm gonna go through and read all of those, and, like, it's also I think of, like, when my kids are cleaning this stuff out, like they're just gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, why is there this box of notes?" And granted, maybe they'll read it and be like, "Oh my god, like, mom was so weird or funny," or whatever, and it's fun to, like, read and see these things because 'cause I've done that with, like, grandparents going through some of their stuff, and you're like, "Oh, this is so cool," or whatever, but I'm just like, I don't know. Sometimes at what point?
That's a valid, like, because like, I have okay, maybe it is an Aries thing versus a Capricorn thing, because Vane
Okay.
and I were actually talking about this because, like, we've talked about it a few different times because especially as I was going through and, like, starting to, like, clear out some stuff and all of this stuff, and he's there and he's seeing what I'm keeping and what I'm not,
He's like,
and
"Why?"
I don't get it because I have an Xbox, not the console. I have a box of things from exes, little mementos from the relationship.
I was like, "I have an Xbox too, cool."
I have a PS5, not an Xbox.
Gotcha, gotcha. I mean,
No, but,
PlayStation is
like,
better. I have a PS4, but anyway.
well,
An X's box. Okay.
an ex's box, if you will. And I think that it's so weird that he doesn't. Like, he has nothing from any of his exes at all. And to
See,
me, that is so bizarre. And I don't know if that's like a girl thing versus a boy thing or like a, I don't
I
know,
feel like
like,
there's multiple things to take into consideration there.
but like I have items from my very first boyfriend in elementary school all the way up until my last relationship. If there was something
Same.
of significance in that relationship, I have something from that relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm that kind of sentimental.
Okay. See, I'm not judging, I'm impressed. Cause first off, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, a positive way to say this about myself, I guess. I'm just so, like sometimes I'm just a little, like, airheaded with stuff. I wouldn't be able to remember that or put it especially as a child, I'm like, "Oh, I have a hard time remembering where to put my shoes in the right place, like, or my keys." But no, I love that though. I think that that is cool. I think it depends for each person. Like, for example, I had a bunch of stuff from my previous marriage that I had kept, especially because I was like, "Oh, this might be cool for my kids to, like, look through or whatever." But then I thought back, like, a couple years later or, like, maybe a couple years ago or something, and I was like, first off, I don't wanna keep all this stuff. But second off, I'm like, as a child of divorce, like, I have pictures of my parents when they were together, and, like, I know certain memories and stuff. We have a decent amount of pictures of, like, family vacations and stuff like that, but I'm like, I don't know that I want to see things from, like, when my parents were married. Like, I had, like, some, like, rose petals or something that were, like, used in our wedding and, like, s or that actually, not in our wedding. It was from our first Valentine's together. He had, like, decorated my bedroom. It was actually really cute. And I had stuff saved from that, but I was like, "What, like I don't what would that bring my children?" Like, for me to see something that, like, my parents had this, but they're not together anymore, I'm like, "Oh," especially as an adult, I'm like, "Okay, why did we keep this?" Like, that and maybe again, that's more of me not being as sentimental as other people. So, I did go through and get rid of, like, a lot of stuff, but it's also like, there are certain people who, like, on social media, once they break up, there's no evidence that they were ever with that person, and
Mhm,
that to me, like, I just feel like that's not worth the effort to me. I don't wanna go back and delete all of our photos
mhm,
and whatever, whatever, and for every individual, like, and every way that you end relationships or whatever, like, everyone processes that and, you know, differently and whatever brings you peace, but Like, that's kinda my thoughts of, like, when you say, like, "Oh, he doesn't have anything," I'm like, "Oh, is he does he also delete the photos?" But I don't know.
I assume so. I assume so, but I don't know. I haven't actually asked him if he's deleted all of the photos. Like, I
And
mean,
then you have a
granted,
s
I am going through the process of deleting photos as they pop up on, like, my a year ago or a look
That's
back
fair. The
from.
memories are a bitch. That's not fun. Like, when you have pictures that were posted or whatever, and you, like if you end up scrolling back through them and see them, like, yeah, but, like, Facebook and Snapchat where they give you the memories, yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah.
That's not my
So,
favorite.
I have been going through Snapchat, and since it's connected to my camera roll, it just deletes them as I'm going through them because it's like,
I see, I
that's
need to figure
not.
out how to do that. You told me that you did that, and I had one come up that I tried to delete, and I didn't have that option. I don't know. But I don't look at my memories on Snapchat, probably for that reason a
I
little bit,
do.
but
I am I am mindful to do it every day since I realized what was happening with my memories,
okay.
because it's easier than me going through my gallery or my gallery, I guess is what it's called, and trying to find them. So as it pops up, I can just go in and delete them,
That's
but
fair.
it's
Do you want to
less
see other memories?
like, do I
Do
wanna
you
see them
have,
again?
like, other Snapchat memories? Is that
Yeah,
why?
they're all Snapchat memories that are connected
Yeah,
to
but,
my
like, do
camera roll.
you want to see other ones, which is why you're, like, clearing out the ones you don't wanna see. Gotcha. Okay.
'Cause, like, there's ones of, like, adventures that I've taken and moments that, like, where I've been with family or with friends or something. So, with pictures and these memories and stuff, and part of why I'm so sentimental, I'm about to get super vulnerable. I have 2 fears, my 2 greatest fears in this life for me, being forgotten and forgetting. Those are my biggest
Fair.
fears. I am moving through the being forgotten one because I have experienced in the past year just that. And so it's been one of the things that I've been working through and like all of this stuff. But I
Mhm.
keep all of the little things. That's like, and to me it's like it's not just that it's big things that I'm keeping, it's the little details that I notice and I want to put my energy into seeing and honoring.
Yeah.
Because, like, in each of these things, they help shape me into who I am and what I am and all of this, and where being forgotten is inevitable eventually, right? I mean, eventually, your kids' kids are going to have kids who've never even heard of you. Your kids' kids will have kids who had kids. Like, eventually, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the holiday season and they're talking about a recipe from Grandma Charyssa, right?
Oh, that's weird.
Like, but it's like, so things like that, it's inevitable. So I'm working through that. But forgetting, I have experienced so far in my many, many 33 years on this earth, on this wild and wacky planet. I've experienced such a beautiful life because, like we've talked about before, life is beautiful in the good and the bad,
Mm,
right? Because you can't have one without the other. And together, the masterpiece, right? And I don't want to forget any of it, like ever. And
that's fair.
I don't know why, but ever since I was super young, I've been so afraid I'm going to get old and forget everything. Whether that's some type of what is it, dementia, Alzheimer's,
Mhm. Yeah.
something, amnesia. I don't know. I've always been worried.
Isn't
Like, and
amnesia
that is,
temporary?
yeah, I think so.
Sorry, random, yeah.
No,
But
you're right.
still,
But still, I don't
yeah.
want to forget this incredible life
No, that's
that I've
fair,
lived.
and you really don't
And so I
know,
have
like
these little mementos. Because what if, heaven forbid, it's not going to happen, but like, what if for some reason, okay, let's hold on. Hold on. So, what if something happened and I got amnesia and nothing was bringing back my memory? But then the light was shining and someone picks up a tiny memento
Uh-huh.
from my home and it to me and shows it to me, and I remember. Because a lot of times, from what the movies show us, someone
Uh-huh.
will there will be one tiny little spark of memory and everything comes flooding back.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, even if it's like in 2nd grade when Chris gave me this. I don't know where he is. I don't know if I can use his name anymore, but, like, we were in 2nd grade. He gave me a necklace that had a cute little heart on it. If that is what it takes to bring me back from not remembering, like, I will have it handy and near.
That's so funny. I have a picture of me in kindergarten receiving a rose from my Chris.
That is so funny. Great minds, dude, great minds.
Yeah! I love that. No, that's so true though. That's actually a really valid thought because I mean, I feel like being forgotten, like that's a lot of people's fear, but I think it also like to the right people, you won't be, right? Like,
Mhm,
and just be honest, my dear, you are not someone who anyone could forget.
mm,
You're fucking magical. So
well,
you are.
we can agree to disagree on that one because it is what it is.
But your thought of saying forgetting, because that's like that is something like as you get older that unfortunately like it just happens naturally, right?
Mhm,
And like for different like neurodiversities or diagnoses that can also be a thing. Like and ADHD, I have shit memory because of that. I also know with like bipolar disorder, it physically eats at your brain. And like that's something that can happen with that. And when you were talking through that, it actually brought back a memory. I know someone who got in a very, very bad accident, and we were very lucky that they made it out alive. And while they were in the hospital recovering, there was a small moment where they didn't know or remember anyone close to them, like their partner, their kids, nothing. And it was I think it only lasted a couple hours, if maybe a day, but, like, in that day, yeah, it was like, "Oh my god, they don't remember any of this, like, how is this possible? How are things gonna move forward?" Like, and it's just like it was just such a freak accident too, like, you don't know, these things can happen, so
mhm,
that's bringing it in real right there. That's a
mhm.
fair point, I didn't think of that. Crazy. Gabrielle.
How did we okay. We were talking about poop on items, and here we
We were
are
talking
talking
about
of
keeping things
oh,
so
yeah,
that we
okay.
can remember. Oh my god, that's so
So that
funny.
makes a lot more sense. That's a smooth reasoning. Okay, this is not like
Yeah.
most of them. Oh,
All of a
man.
sudden, we're like, "One day we're gonna die."
We're gonna die and everyone's gonna forget us.
But yeah, just our tangents are the best.
They really are.
Comment your favorite transition on how we got here.
For real.
Some very insightful things here.
Mhm.
Talking about today,
Talking
talked
about today.
that we have talked through. I know talking is a word, but I said talking, like we had talking through it. That's new
Like with
words here.
TALKIN apostrophe.
Nope, EN. Just made my own word there.
Talkin'. Like Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh
My
my
god,
gosh.
man.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, recap. I think it's a beautiful rule to have that rule because it is like, and especially some people, it's so easy for them to just like live a clutter-free life, I guess. But for most of us, I don't think that's the case. But also, like, get yourself a friend to come over because it's so much easier to get rid of stuff that's not your own.
Mhm.
We
It
have both
really is.
experienced that in helping each
Yes.
other. It's so much easier to be like, "Do you really need that? Give me
You
a
know,
reason. When are you gonna wear this? When are you gonna use it?"
give me a reason. Just
Mhm.
but you can't, so we're gonna toss it anyways. Just turn away, don't
Exactly.
watch.
Make it into a whole ballad. I love it.
Right?
But
Oh,
also still holding on to some things so that you do have those memories. And it's I
mhm,
guess for me, maybe it's giving myself permission to let small, quote unquote, things like that take up space just for the purpose of looking at them and remembering. Because I think
mhm,
that's part of like my brain is I'm like, oh, things have to have purpose. We have to have order and stuff
mhm.
here because my life is just so chaotic all the time. It's okay to have things that are just physically meant to be looked at and give memory.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Yeah. Do you feel complete? I remembered.
Uh, yeah, I do. I feel a little too complete with how vulnerable I was, if we're being honest. That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Growth never came from
Okay.
a comfort zone, and
True.
vulnerability isn't a weakness. We're
No.
good.
It is such a beautiful thing to embrace,
Mhm.
especially with those close to you.
Mhm. It's
I feel closer to
you.
you.
Do
It's
you?
me. See? Works. So we have talked about wanting to do like our commune and like
Yes.
homestead lifestyle, right?
Yes.
So just kind of like leaning into that in like literally all aspects. There's so many things that you can do to be more like self-sufficient. And obviously everyone has like different comfort levels with it and stuff, but especially also today in the age of the internet, we literally have everything at our fingertips. I mean, people say what YouTube your university, like you can literally learn anything on YouTube. So, for example, the other day we're in our house and James was cooking dinner and I was just like I had been upstairs, which like heat rises, right? So it's hot up there, but I came downstairs and like our middle like ground level and I was just like, "Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Why is it so hot in our house?" Like I have our air set to like 72, I think. And I'm like, I had changed it was set at 71, but it got too cold, so I changed it to 72. And I was like, there's no way that 1 degree can make this big of a difference. And I looked at my thermostat and it was 82 in my house. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so hot. My thing is set at 72. Like, what is happening? So I like turned it down to like 68 or something. And then I came back like 30 minutes later and I was like, now it's 84. Gets so hot in here. And I I don't know. I think I'm just a middle ground person. I don't like being cold and I don't like being hot. I just like being comfortable. Which like being cold, you can throw clothes on or like, sweaters and blankets and stuff like that. Like being cold doesn't bother me as much.
Being hot is the worst.
But being hot, I'm a fucking grump ass. I get overwhelmed and yell and I'm so grumpy when I'm too hot. And so it was like though that moment that I was like, this is too hot, like what is happening? And so I went out to our AC unit out in our backyard and the fan was not going. It was not moving. And so I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Like our AC is broken. And so one of my things that I'm trying to work through because I am a whole ass individual adult, the first thing is I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta call my dad and ask him what I should do." So I called my dad and I was like, "Dad, what's happening? What do I do?" And but then, like, in that thought too, I'm like, "One day I'm gonna be or, like, James and I are gonna be the people that the kids are like, 'Oh my gosh, we gotta call them,' and I have to have these answers," you know? But anyway, this is a long story
I
to get to
love
it, but
that. No, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm here and I'm here for it.
okay.
I'm here and I'm queer.
So
Let's do this.
so I'm like, "What do I do?" And he was like, "Sometimes, like, when it's really hot," which granted it's like fucking August right now, right? Like the hottest months of the year. He's like, "Sometimes when it's so hot outside, your AC works like overtime and the coils that go into your house actually end up freezing. And so you have to like turn it off for a couple of hours to let those thaw out." And he was like, "It honestly happens to mine like twice a year." So he's like, "Just turn it off." And for a second I was like, "How the fuck do I turn my AC off?" I just have a thermostat that I just twist to what I want it to be, and he was like, "There should be an option in there to turn it off," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, actually, I know how to do that." So anyway, I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So I turned it off, and this we had figured this out at, like, 7 PM,
Mhm.
and we start getting our kids ready for bed, at that time because it takes, like, an hour and a half to get them in bed. So we actually start before then. So I'm like, "Shit," and all of our bedrooms are on the top floor, which is, like, the hottest floor. And so I'm like, "Okay, shoot." So we're all trying to go to bed, and we had, like, an hour in, I was like, "Should we turn it back on? James, do you think we should test it? Do you think they've thawed yet? Do you think it's working yet?" And he's like, "It's been an hour." "I don't think so. Your dad said a couple hours." And I'm like, "Okay." Um, and it was just like it was a rough night. I told you, like, it took forever to get the kids to sleep. I actually ended up having to move them both into my room because their rooms got so unbearably hot. Uh, and they did end up sleeping, which was great. And then James and I slept down in the front room on the couch. We have a really nice, comfortable couch, which is
You
great.
do. You
Yeah,
do.
yeah. We finally get the kids to sleep.
Okay.
We turn it back on, and it's still not working. And so we're like, "Shit, okay." So then the next day, like, I tried it again the next morning. Same thing, still not working. So we're like, "Dang, okay." So we're like, "We might have to call someone," which we know someone that does HVAC,
Mhm.
um, but still, we were like, what is that gonna cost, right?
Mhm.
But it's also like, it needs to be done real quickly because it's hot as hell right
Mhm.
now, and
And you
it's
have 2
so
children?
miserable, and we have 2 children, and poor Rin, like, just panting constantly, so hot, and so yeah, I saw your lips move, but I heard no sound. I know you said poor Rin.
I did. I did say pour Rin.
But yeah, so I was just like, "Ugh," but it's also hard because like, we were both working, so and he, like, can't text during work because he, is in his job, he's like they have to have gloves and gowns and all kinds of stuff on,
Mhm.
and so he can only text on his breaks, but, like, I'm also, like, busy at work, right? So I was like, "I don't know," but then I don't even remember. I was just like I just decided to Google it and just, like, look it up
Mhm.
and see, if there was maybe, like, an easy fix or something. And then because I had told my dad, and he was like, "Well, something else that can happen is, like, it can get clogged, especially if you don't change your filters out often," which I'm like,
Mhm.
I feel like as a homeowner, there's, like, needs to be, like, a class or something that you have to take to understand all the things you need to do to upkeep your home. Because there's a
For
lot of
real.
apartment, like, places and stuff like that, they take care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so unless you have someone tell you, you don't know all these things. Which, like, they gave us a bunch of papers, and I'm pretty sure these papers it's like a whole packet for homeowners, new
Mhm.
homeowners, and I'm pretty sure it covers all this stuff, but unless it's like a fantasy book or something that really grabs my attention, I'm not gonna read that
Mhm.
shit. That's not interesting to me.
Mhm.
Send me a TikTok about it.
Send me a TikTok about it.
Seriously. It's the day and age we're in.
Write that down. Write that down.
Right? But
Oh, it's
so
me.
I'm
I'm
like
writing it down.
I don't know. So he said, "If you don't change out" oh, that's he said, "If you don't change out your filters," and I was like, "Yeah, we did just change our filter out a couple weeks ago, but before that, it was definitely a couple months because we" well, like, I don't even remember how often you're supposed to change it. I think you change it every 3 months. So it was like maybe 6 because we had gotten some for the time because our thermostat reminds us, which is really nice, but we had gotten the wrong size and then just kept forgetting to take them back and exchange them. And then every time we'd go and be like, "Oh, we need some," then we were like, "Oh shit, we don't have a picture of what size we need. I don't know what size we need." And so it was just like this, long thing, and we finally got the right size and changed it out, and then now so my dad was like, "It could be clogged." And so I was like, "Okay." And so that's what I started looking up, like, how to tell or how to know if it's clogged, and how you can fix it, and there were all these people that were like, "Oh, it's super easy to fix a clogged AC," and, like, all of these ways that they were fixing their own, and I was like, "Okay, we could do this. Like, we could do this on our own."
Mhm.
And then I got up and cause like, I'm in the basement right now. Our AC is just like our AC unit is outside in the backyard, but it's
Mhm.
also like the filter for it and like the furnace, I guess, and the vents and stuff are in a closet in the bathroom that's just right here. So I
Mhm.
got up and I looked at that stuff and like looking at the videos, I was like, I don't know, this doesn't look the exact same. Like, I don't know. Like there's certain pipes that they disconnect, or, like, there's a piece that they can pull out or whatever, and I'm like, "I don't see those, and I really don't wanna break all these pipes and make it even more, like, that's not
Fair.
great." So so I just went down this, like, rabbit hole with all of these videos, and then I found one that was, like, another really common thing is I think it's the capacitor goes out in your AC, and those generally only last a couple years, which, fun fact with us. Are you
Is
good?
it a flux capacitor?
I don't think so, I think it's just a capacitor.
I'm pretty sure that's from the year 3000 by the Jonas Brothers. Something about a flux capacitor.
You're such a I was like, "Why are you so excited right now?"
Sorry.
No, you're good. The fun thing about buying when we bought this house, it was 5 years old, and that's,
Mhm,
like, prime time for, like, nowadays, how long everything lasts. So we are just slowly, one by one, replacing fucking everything.
mhm,
Fire alarms, lights, now fucking AC units, like, literally just yeah, it's great. But anyway, so it was like they had generally only last a couple years, and so I was like, "That fits." Like, that's probably what it is. But it was also like, again, the unit was making a noise, but the fan wasn't spinning. So I was,
mhm.
like, looking up that specifically, and there was a lot saying that it's the capacitor. And there's all these videos out there, right, of, like, people saying, like, "Hey, here's things you could do really easily by yourself," whereas a company is gonna
Mhm.
charge you hundreds of dollars for them to come out, diagnose it, go get the part, come back, and fix it. And so I was like, "Okay." And so I told James, I was like, "I think that we can do this on our own. Like, I think this is what it is. We can find it, and we can fix it." And he was kind of like, "But what if we break it? What if it's not? What if it's, like, hard to get into and stuff?" And I was like, "Let's just figure it out." Like, if we figure out or if we find that it's too hard to do, or we're, like, too concerned on breaking something, or say we replace it and it doesn't fix it, then we can call someone. Because the nice thing about these capacitors is we ordered one for $15 on Amazon, like, super cheap. So I'm like, we're out 15
So
bucks
nice.
if we have to end up calling someone, right?
Mhm.
So he was like, "Okay." But he also kind of asked me, like, "Why? Like, are you concerned that it's gonna cost too much, that you're literally trying to come in and be a fucking AC repairman? Like, you don't know the first thing about HVAC." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, we are wanting to live a life that we are self-sufficient at, like, we are wanting to eventually get to a point where we grow our own food, make
We
so
fix
many
our own
things with
shit.
these food and, like, yeah, do all of our own things. We depend on ourselves." And so I'm like, this is one of those things of, like, home repairs, we can do them ourselves. We can be self-sufficient in this. So that's my topic. I don't think I said that. This is a long intro.
Mhm.
Being self-sufficient. Um, so yesterday, we look through some videos to, like, find the exact of, like, how to find it and how to identify that and all that stuff. And I will say, like, it's definitely smart to make sure that you do look up some things to, like, be safe with it, because one of the things with the AC, and I had told my dad that we were gonna be doing it ourselves too, and he was like, "Please just make sure you turn the breaker off, turn the power off to it. That's a lot of voltage to that, and if you get electrocuted, like, that's, death ultimately."
That's
Oh,
a widower situation.
yeah, yeah. And that was, like, one of the first things the video said too, was, like, not only turn off your breaker, but there's also, like, with the AC unit outside, there is a separate power thing that you can literally, like, take it out and unplug it. And so I was like, yeah, so again, like, don't just like, it's fun to go and figure things out by yourself, but, like, have a little bit of information. So we were able to do that, and then we took a panel off the AC, and it was so easy to find it, and I was like, "Okay." And so then we just, like, looked it up on Amazon. We found the exact brand, the exact because there's, like, they each have different volts and different there's something else in it. It was a weird word, I don't remember what it was, but it was
Wattages?
no, but it was also, like
Like a microwave?
it was, like, a U and a P, but it was, like, one letter, and they were together. I don't know, it was weird. It was
Okay.
HVAC people probably know what it is, I don't know. But
He's
so
like,
we
"I
found
just
that.
YouTubed it."
Yeah, I'm like, Look, this picture says that too, I don't know." So we literally I was like, "'Kay, are we gonna suffer through another night?" So because there wasn't same day delivery, because we were looking it up late enough that it was, like, next day delivery on Amazon, and I was like, "Are we gonna suffer through another night so that we can fix this ourselves for $15?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think we could do that." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we did it, put the kids in our room again, we slept on the couch, got through the night, and Thankfully, throughout the day, the kids are both in school now, and so it's just me, and, again, down in the basement, it's normally so freezing down here, but it's actually, like it was pretty okay. Like, I was wearing a tank top down here today, um, but, yeah, we got home, and I was like, "It got deli" or he got home from work, and I was like, "It got delivered, it's here," and he was like, "Okay, let's do it." And he also, again, just being prepared, put on his boots that have the rubber sole because that, helps with electrical currents and stuff. Um, and he replaced it in like 10 minutes and he turned it on. Lo and behold, here I am in my sweater, my sweatshirt. It's working. Our house is freezing cold again.
I love that. I love
It's
that.
yeah, it's so great. Cause like, because my dad when I was talking to my dad, he was like, "If it's not the coils, it could be a part that they have to replace," and he's like, "I got mine replaced a couple years ago, and it was like $300." And so when I told him we were doing this, I think he said, like, "Is it the capacitor?" If I'm saying that right? And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "We just got one for $15." So, but it's such a cool feeling to be able to be like, I am not a handy person, like handyman, handy woman.
Mhm.
I am not handy in that way. Like even my crafts and my home projects, I am so impatient that half the shit I hang up is not straight. Is not like there's probably multiple holes behind that thing because I just started drilling. Like I'm not that person, right? And James, like to a point is, but he's also very analytical of like, but do I know enough about this system or this thing to be able to truly do this? And because I'm like, hey, babe, let's do this right now. I'm like, because the room next to us at one point, I literally got stuff to make my kids a rock climbing wall on our wall, which is
Mhm.
doable. Like people do it. That's why I wanted to do it because I saw it all over TikTok. But then we started looking into it and he was like, you have to like we have to get another board and put the board onto our studs, and then put the rock climbing things on that board so that the kids aren't just, like, climbing up and, putting holes in the walls and falling down. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, see, I don't do that research. I'm just excited about what it's gonna be
Yeah.
in the end." But and granted, he did the, like, changing of it and stuff, but I'm like, "This is so cool." Like, that's such a fun thing to be able to be like, "Yeah, we did it ourselves. We didn't have to call anyone."
That's
I
such
talked
a
a whole lot.
magical feeling. No,
Yeah,
it's okay. I am like, kudos. Like, I'm praising you so much in my brain right now because I know how good it feels to be able to like do things on your own. So
yeah.
I am the type of person where if you show me once, maybe twice,
Mhm.
I can do it forever. Like I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So, okay, we're gonna throw it back to like episode 2 or 3 for
Okay.
a hot second. Do you remember me talking about how my home is supposed to be a smart home? Wait, building furniture. I can do that myself now because 'cause I've done it once, so I know I can do it again even if it's a different piece, like, I know I can
Yes.
do it. Like, it's stuff like that, and that is such a feeling. Like, that
Mhm.
in itself is a whole vibe of just, like, because you're proud of yourself, you're also, like, super, like you're just really into yourself for that moment, and I just love
Mhm.
that. Like, I live for those moments where you're so proud of yourself that it's just like, "Okay, what else can I
Yes.
do?"
Yeah, it's just so empowering.
It's so empowering. I
Yeah.
love it. It's like moving my furniture too. That was so empowering for me. I
Yeah.
didn't need someone else to be here to help me move it, and that is such a magical feeling.
That
Putting up
is.
my decorations. I haven't needed anyone because I did it myself, and that is such a oh
I love that.
yeah. I mean, granted, I didn't fix an AC by any means, so but,
I mean,
like, little
but
wins.
still though, like, yeah, like doing all of these things, it's so and I feel like especially for me, especially as a woman too, because we are kind of taught, like, as we grow up, like, we are the damsels in distress, right? And we need men to come in and save things for us, and, like, to a point, I've played into that a lot in my life, and, like, I've been okay with it, and, like car stuff, I'm not interested in car stuff. I don't know anything about cars, and so I'm like let's go get my oil changed, have someone else do it, and they're like, "Hey, this needs to be replaced, and this, and this, and this," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." And, like, some places, like, those places, not all of them, some of these places don't have your best interest in mind, right? Like, they're just trying to make a
Mhm.
dollar off you, and I've heard this firsthand from people who have worked in these places that are like, "Please don't go here to get your oil changed," because 'cause they're literally just going to, you know, try to
Upcharge
take
you.
advantage of that. Uh, but yeah, and, like, that's like, I'm trying to unlearn that, and it's interesting because, I mean, as we've talked about, and I'm sure that this has just, like, come through as we talk, I am a pretty independent person. I,
Mhm.
like, in multiple areas, in multiple aspects, and especially, like, I don't know, I do take pride in that. I am a very independent person, but there's just certain parts that I'm just like kinda like I said, like, my first thought is like, "Oh, I'm gonna call my dad and see what I can do, and he can help me."
Mhm.
But I'm like, I can figure things out on my own. I can look at these on my own, and I can do it on my own. Because also, speaking of, like, talking about changing your oil, I was talking about I had had some car troubles. I think I mentioned it. We had to get, like, our whole engine replaced or whatever a couple months ago, and I was talking about it at work, and I was just like, I don't know, like, I don't know car stuff." And one of my peers who I think she's actually a couple years younger than me, and, like, single mom, I don't know, she was like, "I change my own oil all the time." And I was like, "What? That's cool." And she was like, "Yeah, I looked it up on YouTube once. It saves you so much money and time, and, like, you can just do it yourself." And, like, things like that, I'm just like, "Damn, like, that's really impressive." Like, I don't know, like, it's almost a little bit sad that I'm like, "Damn, for a woman, like, that's really impressive." But that's what's put out. But
Mhm.
I need to give myself more credit in that of, like, I can do these things, we can do it. Maybe cars are not a passion of mine, but it's something that I use very regularly, so I have to know how to maintain it and take care of it. It's not something that is super hard to do, and it's not something that, I couldn't look up and figure it out.
Right.
So, I wanna start doing stuff like that more and just giving myself more and giving both of us, like James too, like both of us more credit of like, we can do this. We don't need to call someone that, works for a company or has a badge that says they can come in and fix this thing. And granted, there are some things that like replacing an engine, I wouldn't know how to do that. That's crazy complicated. And like there's so much involved with that, right? But like the simpler things, we can do those things. You don't have to be
Mhm.
certified or have all of this whatever, this title to be able to do these things, to just maintain your systems in your life.
Right. The record with your oil change, if you decide that right now is not the best time to start changing your own oil, I know a guy.
Yes, yes.
I think I've
He's
talked
in
to
the
you
back
about
of
him
my mind.
before. He's phenomenal.
Yes.
He's been
I've met him
doing all
before.
of my
Yeah.
cars. Oh, yeah, you have?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and you
Yeah.
met his wife who does my
I
nails.
did.
Did you see these?
Yes.
Did I show you? I
Yes,
think I
you
showed you
showed
last
me. They're
time.
so cute.
She's so good. She's so
Yes.
stinking good.
I love that.
They're
But like
such a
that
funny
too.
couple.
Like
I love them.
your nails and stuff, it's so nice to have someone that does it. Like, it's nice to know how
Mhm.
to do things yourself, but it's also, like, things like I guess that's more like self-care, not, like, maintaining other things, maintaining yourself. It's nice to
It's
have other
maintaining
people that can
yourself,
help
yeah.
you do those things.
Well, it's like, so I with her, we trade. I don't know if I told you that last time, if
Nice.
I said it
Okay.
on the pod.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I cut her hair and she does my nails for me.
That's so nice.
And anytime like her husband or their kids need haircuts, I just do them if they want me to.
Nice.
And it's like, sweet,
I love
get
that.
off my back. I'm fine.
I
My
mean, that's
nails are
also
super cute
part
all
of
the time.
they really are all the time. But that's also part of the homestead life too, right? Is like you have to have
Mhm.
a community. You can't do everything by yourself and know how to do everything. So being able to like trade these things and help each other out and
Mhm.
support each other, that's such a beautiful thing.
It really is. Like it's one of
Yeah.
those things that's just like you're reassured. Like what's I don't know why we ever stepped away from bartering. Bartering? Is that what it
Seriously.
is? Or just
That's what
trade?
came to my mind too.
Like, why did we ever step away from that? It it was a system that worked well
Mhm.
because it was tangible? Is that right? I think that's the right word.
Mhm. Yeah, but it also sorry, I heard knocking and just wanted to make sure you were good. Sounded like
Yeah, it was my ice.
oh, okay. I was
It
like,
was
"Is
my
someone
ice
at your
maker.
door fucking
I don't
midnight?"
think so.
Okay, sorry.
If it is, it's a Temu delivery.
Temu. Yeah.
For the win!
We
Hold on, I have to
changed
write this
it
down.
to instead of changing one good for another, now we're changing goods for currency, and that's what it is. That's what we changed
Yeah.
it to.
Why? Why did we do that?
I have no fucking idea.
Because if you think about it,
Worst
like, let's
decision.
okay. So here's something that really makes me angry. You have tradespeople, right? Also known as like blue
Tradespeople?
collar. Yeah. Also known as like blue collar workers, right? Then you have your white collar workers. And then you have the higher ups or whatever, right?
Mhm,
The billionaires and all of that stuff. If we were to
mhm.
go back
The 1%.
to the bartering, if we were to look at it, if we had never switched to currency, the ones who have the trades and the skills would be the ones succeeding,
Mm,
not the assholes who don't have anything to offer other than shit
mm,
ass opinions.
mhm. And not speaking for all, but never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Well, and it would still be like I mean, granted, I think no matter where we're at, there's always going to be people who unfortunately try to take advantage of the system or don't have people's best interests in mind. But I feel like it would be a lot less because
Mhm.
if I'm looking to get something of good quality from you and wanting to maintain that, I'm gonna give you something of good quality
Right.
and not try to cheat you out of things if I wanna continue getting
Exactly.
things. So, like, it would
Exactly.
just yeah.
Like you'd have to like I feel like, and you know me and I love my Timu,
Mhm.
but I guess that's not how you pronounce it because in the Super Bowl last year, the song went Temu. So I'm guessing it's Temu.
Those things are
But
hard.
yeah, I know. English is my
I
first
guess
language and
it's
I struggle with that.
well, but I don't think it's an English word,
I don't think so either. But I'm just saying I
so
struggle with English. What makes you think I'm gonna do any better with any other language?
that's so total side thought. One time with one of my new hires, I don't even remember at work, we were talking through something and he just goes, "I'm sorry, I struggle with English sometimes." Or he said, "I don't remember the English word for that," or something, and we somehow got to I was like, "Is English not your first language?" And he was like, "No, yeah, it is. It's my only language. I just don't remember." I was like, "Oh,
I love
okay,
that so much.
okay."
That makes me happy.
It threw me off so and we were sitting there in person, and I was like, "Okay."
Love that. My
Oh,
gosh.
that's great, yeah. But, anyway, yeah. You love Temu?
I do. I do. But like, okay, so you've used it before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you know how like it's like miniatures, everything. Like the
Yeah.
prices reflect like the size of it.
Yes.
Like in their description sometimes it's very misleading. And granted,
Uh-huh.
if I had been fully awake, 'cause I feel like I ordered half this stuff when I was half asleep or maybe emotionally not well.
Just not
So I
fully
didn't
present.
fully read the description or whatever, or I, like, saw the price and I was like, "That's a really good price for a neon sign."
A neon sign for a mouse.
Okay, so I'm so excited for this neon sign. So I knew that it was going to be, like, smaller because, I mean,
'Kay.
it was, like, a crazy great price for a neon sign. Like, even so okay, so it was, like I don't even know how much it was, I'm not even gonna lie, but I know I looked at it, I was like, "That's bizarre. I'm not letting this opportunity pass
There's
me." So I ordered it and it came yesterday.
'kay.
It is
That's
a metal, like, this, but it looks like a neon sign and it says tarot on it. And I was like, "That is so cool." So I figured, like, this was a print, right? I figured this part was a
Yeah.
print. But I thought the rest of it was, like a neon sign.
I was gonna say, I thought it was gonna be, like, smaller, but yeah, it
So it's bigger than I was expecting,
but a little less
but
electric?
not plug-inable, unfortunately. But
It's
it's
not
like,
gonna
I think
bright
it's
up
pretty cool.
your room.
Yeah, no, not at all. And now that I'm actually looking at it, this is one of those purchases where I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a cute idea." And even if it was a neon sign, this doesn't go with anything that I have here. What am I going to do with it? And I'm so glad it wasn't a real neon sign because I would never give that up. I've always wanted a neon sign. I don't care what it says at this point. That's a lie. I know what I'm going when we're gonna get one, we're gonna get the gorgeous pandemonium and it's gonna go in the podcast room.
Yes, it's gonna be beautiful, I'm so excited.
But yeah,
That
so
is so
now it's like,
funny, oh my god.
so this is one of those things where I'm going to look at it tomorrow and be like, do I really want this? And
I
I'm still
just
gonna fight with
bought it.
myself, even though I I just thought it was a really great deal on a neon sign, and this is what I got.
Well, that's the other thing too, is I feel like it's a total mind game to, like, put things on sale or, like,
Mhm,
put things on a good deal because 'cause we're instantly like, maybe not everybody, but me too, I'm like, "Ooh, oh my gosh, this thing that I need 1 of is buy 20, get $4 off. I think I need 20 of them so that I can
I'm gonna
save this
find a use for all
$4."
20.
Yeah, and it's like, something that is, like, such a one-off item that it's like, why the fuck would you need 20 of them? Or even, like, boxes of cereal where they're like the buy 5, save $5. 5 isn't that much, but I'm like, I don't need 5 boxes of cereal right now,
Mhm,
but I could save $5 and stick them in my pantry for the next couple months. I mean, that's like that one's not a bad deal. There are some that I'm like our Costco, the last trip that we
uh-huh,
did, I was actually pretty impressed with what I spent for everything that I got, but I got more than I needed because there were so many things on sale that I get other times because it was, like, back to
mhm,
school sale. But yeah, there's sometimes, yeah, you're like, "Oh my god, this is a great deal. I obviously need to buy a boat because it's on sale. Do I have a truck to
exactly.
pull it?
Well,
Do
and
I
the
have
thing with
lakes right by me? No."
but, like, the team with Temu, with that one app, they have, like, the you can get 6 items and a bonus thing for free, but you have to spend X amount of money.
Yes. Yes.
But it doesn't tell you how
You
much
get
you
the
have to spend.
$200 off or whatever, yeah,
Yeah,
and you
but
have
then it
5
doesn't tell
minutes to put
you.
it all in your cart.
Yeah, and
I
so
hate
it's
that.
impulsive and it's like, "Mm, mm, mm." So
That's their goal
I am
behind it.
like, it's
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
brilliant marketing,
It is,
but I'm trying to
especially for how
shift
our minds are
from.
right now.
Yeah. Well, and you and I are shifting our minds from consumer to creator.
Yes.
So it's like we are starting to see this more clearly, see how it happens,
Mhm.
notice that that is actually a really great way to make money. Maybe not the
Mhm.
most honest, maybe not the most
Mhm.
ethical, but there's a way to make money quick. Like, we're starting to see that, but we also are still trying to unlearn the consumer side of us, which is like, "But we need it. We want it. When are
Mhm.
we gonna find it again?" But it's also so Costco does this as well with
Mhm.
their when they have sales and stuff, or, like, they'll, like, feature a product of some sort for, like, 2 weeks, and once it's gone, and they don't
Yeah.
restock it ever. So it's like you have that fear that you're not gonna be able to get it again
But well, I feel like
if you
that
find something
happens
good.
too. Like with makeup or something, you'll find a makeup brand or product that you really love, and then all of a sudden it's
Just gone.
just gone and was never a thing.
Yeah. Blasphemy is what that is.
But yeah, no, and it's also like to what you were saying of if we were doing what we were doing before, like granted if someone had like thinking of food, right? Like if someone is selling eggs and another person is selling milk and like maybe they haven't sold as many eggs and they have a whole bunch and they have an excess, then yeah, they could have like a sale or whatever. But it would literally be to just still get their product out there and used. It's not entirely in the interest of them. And that's what is this is in the interest of the company. And there's unfortunately so many companies that go about things in dishonest ways or in
Mhm.
not the best interest of the consumer just so that they can make a dollar and get people to tell their
Capitalism.
friends and yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
greed. I hate it.
Ridiculous. It's sad. It's
Let's
very
get out of
sad.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
Goodness.
Crazy. But
But self self-sustainability, the right word, is just
mhm.
like I think that for so many people, they just think that it's a pipe dream, that it's not possible. But
Mhm.
what they don't understand is it's not only possible, it's easy. Not easy, but like
Yeah.
it's easier than
It's
people make
definitely
it
a lot
out
of
to be.
work.
But it's
And it's
so
it's
worth it.
worth it.
It's like homegrown tomatoes versus store-bought.
Yes. I
So you feel complete?
I do feel complete. Do you
Okay.
feel complete?
Yes.
Good.
All right, that is a wrap on this week's episode. Thank you so much for joining us in the chaos.
We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review or a comment of your favorite moment or what you'd like to hear next, and share it with your friends.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for more gorgeous pandemonium throughout the week.
Until next time, keep embracing the madness.
We'll see you.
Next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.